So without further ado, let's get started with the Batman Part 2. And I've been super excited for this film to come. Batman, the first Batman, actually, I loved. It's directed by Matt Reeves. It's one of my favorite comic book movies in recent years. And I'm happy that we're finally getting some real updates. It's been not many years, but it's been a long time. The first film came out, I want to say like 3 years ago now, 4 years ago. Yes, it was 3 hours long, but it was a good Batman film. And yeah, so earlier this year in June, Matt Reeves, who is the director, confirmed that the script for Batman Part 2 was done. And since then, the internet it's been going wild. Fan theories have been coming out. People have been thinking, who's going to be in it? Is it going to connect with James Gunn's wider universe that he started to build out with the release of Superman? And yeah, so many things have been said. But we had some updates this week, and it was from a red carpet interview. And Matt Reeves has said that this sequel is going to put the spotlight more on Bruce Wayne himself and not just Batman. That is interesting because we have seen Batman's origin done so many times, a million times. And then the other Batman film was mainly about Batman, about him, the detective element of Batman, and we didn't get a focus much on Bruce Wayne as the character. But with this announcement, Reeves is saying we are finally going to be seeing Bruce Wayne in waves that we haven't seen before. He's also teased that the villain in this movie is going to be a villain who hasn't been done on the big screen before, which is quite exciting because we've had the same old Batman villains for 20 plus years. We've seen Joker a million times. We've had Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, and we had Bane, different iterations of Bane. So, some online people have been talking about the Court of Owls as the main villain. Hush could be a villain for this new Batman Part 2. But let me know in the comments, who would you like to see, as a villain in this new Batman Part 2? With this news, though, the question that I do have about Batman and where it fits is, with James Gunn's Superman releasing earlier this year, we finally got to see the start of the new DC universe. And tonally, it is totally different to what we've been used to or what we've seen in the Matt Reeves Batman universe. So my question is, and let me know in the comments, guys, your thoughts on this, is that will Matt Reeves' Batman universe survive the new DC universe? Or will it risk getting sidelined? Let me know in the comments. Personally, for me, I actually like this approach that James Gunn I like the approach that he's taken with this new DC universe. I think with Marvel, the run up to Endgame, incredible. Like we have not seen something done like that ever. And I think ever since Endgame always says from Endgame that, the quality, the whole multiverse stuff, and they've just been trying to do so much. There's been no clear goal. And I think because we've been used to having a clear goal, we kind of have this expectation of Marvel always having to deliver something. Whereas with this approach with James Gunn's DC universe, where we're having we're already introduced different takes on DC characters, villains and heroes, us as the viewer are not going to be expecting something so linear like the Marvel universe. And to me, it's kind of like picking up different issues of narratives with different characters. There's been many characters and issues of Batman. There's been many of, let's say, Spider-Man, Superman. So I like the approach that James Gunn has taken with this DC universe. I don't mind having different versions of the characters, just as long as the story, the development, and the whole feel of whatever I'm watching is there, I'm fine with it. But my worry is that your average cinema goer isn't like me or isn't like someone who is invested into the comic book world. And, how do you explain to them Robert Pattinson's Batman alongside the new Batman, which is expected to come in Brave and the Bold? How do you explain that to someone? Say, hey, there's two different Batmans, but this Batman's for this story and this is for this story. You see what I'm saying? Like, it could get confusing. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this news with Batman 2. And also let me know what villain you would like to see Matt Reeves tackle in this new Batman Part 2. I'm kind of keen to know if there's been any DC fans in the comments. What's good? Hey Ella, welcome to the chat. Appreciate you joining this evening. We've got a good show lined up for you. And yeah, that is it for the Batman Part 2. Anyone in the chat that watched the Batman film, let me know in the chat.